A Washington state conservation group says the resident killer whales in the waters around southern Vancouver Island are starving. And the group says that whale watch boats are partly to blame. But a marine biologist in Victoria who guides tourists on whale watching expeditions says that is not true. If anything, the industry, she says, is actually protecting the endangered orcas by educating people from all over the world. News reporter Astrid Braunschmidt has the story. She joins us now live. Astrid.
You know, Hudson, there's a lot of conflicting information about the state of the resident killer whales and the health of our oceans around southern Vancouver Island. But there's one thing that most people seem to agree on, and that's there's a fine line between really enjoying the waterways and getting in the way. It's been a good day on the water.
We saw some killer whales and sea lions.
Many of today's whale sightings took place off San Juan Island, a known feeding area full of fish. But a Washington state conservation group says whale watching boats shouldn't go anywhere near the spot. The Orca Relief Citizens Alliance says the noise from boats stresses the whales out and affects the way they eat, essentially forcing them into starvation.
Scientists have discovered several things which accelerate starvation when boats are present. One is the whales need more fish. They consume more energy, their metabolic rate is running higher, their breathing rates are running higher, their dive times are longer, their travel paths are longer, and in general they need more food.
Anderson says that could explain why the number of southern resident killer whales isn't rapidly increasing. Marine biologist Anna Hall disagrees.
I would not say that the southern resident killer whales are starving. We have not seen pods of skinny whales swimming through past Victoria this summer.
Right now, regulations prohibit boats from coming within 100 meters of whales. Hall, who doubles as a guide for Prince of Wales whale watching, says the whale population is tied to the salmon stock. And if anything, the industry has drawn attention to major problems faced by the 88 resident orcas and other marine life.
I think whale watching boats are part of the reason that we have such awareness of killer whales and the state of our oceans in southern British Columbia and northwestern Washington state.
Researchers at the Vancouver Aquarium are also drawing attention to the ocean's health by asking you to call them when you spot whales, dolphins, and porpoises.
Some populations are going up, some are going down, but sometimes changes in use of an area don't necessarily mean a change in population. So I don't think we can make any assumptions right now of overall health of populations, but we can definitely look at which areas are being used.
Anderson says the changes are obvious.
Look of the population today is one in which many of the prime age breeding animals are missing. They're gone.
And if we were having something catastrophic going on with the health of our system around Victoria, we would probably see it at various levels.
They may have differing opinions, but there is one thing they can agree on. It's a fine line between enjoying nature and disturbing it. Now, Orca Relief is getting ready to press U.S. lawmakers in the coming months to implement an 800-meter no-go zone for whale-watching boats around the west side of San Juan Island. Anna Hall says she is, of course, all for conservation, but make it fair. So she would say maybe that law needs to also prohibit other motorboats from going in the area, not just whale-watching boats. Hudson, if that rule, though, is approved and does get turned into law, we could see that as early as about 12 months from now.
All right, we'll watch for that, Astrid. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Astrid Braunschmidt.